Let's do some business. The Central Bank of Nigeria has released a total of 607.87 billion naira credit to selected deposit money banks to disburse for 587 agricultural projects. Latest figure from the CBN shows that agricultural credit guarantee to farmers increased by 98% within the space of 1 month. CBN stated that Zenith Bank PLC, UBA PLC, Sterling Bank, and First Bank of Nigeria disbursed the highest amounts to beneficiaries of the scheme. 25 states and the Federal Capital Territory have so far benefited from the scheme. Dangote Cement PLC has planned to attract a $700 million foreign exchange into the Nigerian economy through exporting of its products. Now, this was made known by the chairman of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, at the annual general meeting of the company in Lagos. The group approved the sum of 16 naira as dividends on every 50 kobo share. Mr. Dangote says the shareholders and staff are the bedrock of the company. He adds that Dangote Cement will operate in 18 African countries to increase capacity of its Obajana plant to 16 million metric tons to make it one of the biggest cement plants in the world. The company recorded an increase in cement sales by 7.4% to 23.5 million tons and 11.9% growth in revenues to 901.2 billion naira. That's in 2018. The chairman of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, Professor James Momo, says the metering access providers program has come to stay and will help address the metering challenge bedeviling the electricity sector. Professor Momo was speaking at the completion of a training program put together by a co-electricity distribution company. We have details in this report.
A report from the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission states that out of the 8.3 million registered electricity consumers, only 3.5 million, that's about 43%, have meters as of the end of August 2018. To address this ugly trend, the regulator introduced the Meter Access Provider Scheme, which opened up the space for interested parties to partake in the provision of meters for consumers in the country. At this event by a co-electricity distribution company, Chairman of NERC reassured Nigerians of proper implementation of the metering scheme.
We have it very clear that all the discos, they have signed on the dotted line that will make this transaction very, very friendly and very professionally and business-like. So I'm sure all the discos that we're giving permit to are 100% plus one committed with their providers, MAP providers, to make this happen. We should pretend the discussion, the decision that leads to a solution like of MAP being available to all customers. Timing of doing it in terms of scaling and deployment or making sure it's given at the right time is also within the hands of the disco and their providers.
Harrow heads of the distribution company say the just concluded training program by disco will help bridge the skills gap existing in the country's electricity sector.
We've already started to see the impact even during their 6 months. So this was a little over 6 months training program, intensive, like I said. And what we expect is that they will now move into departments a little focused, understand the clear vision and mission of the company, which is to ensure that we were the #1 customer-focused or customer-centric utility, not just in Africa, but start to compete globally. So at the end of the day, what all that means to the customer is how do we start working towards this 24/7 power, uninterrupted service. And these are the kind of, I'm excited that I think we're on the right track.
The skills setting required for the electricity industry is huge. It's massive across the entire spectrum, whether you're looking at linesmen, whether you're looking at marketing guys, whether you're looking at legal, whether you're looking at the engineers and all that. And it's also specific to the industry. So we can get them from different places, but we in EcoDisco have decided that we are going to train people to meet with our peculiar needs, because this is one industry that holds the key to the diversification of the Nigerian economy. So it's going to play a very strategic role going forward.
Issues around cost-reflective service, aggregate technical and commercial collection losses, energy theft were raised at this gathering.
Facebook plans to launch a cryptocurrency called Libra next year as part of its wider efforts to expand beyond social networking into e-commerce and global payments. Facebook has linked with 28 partners to form Libra Association, a Geneva-based entity governing its new digital coin. The Menlo Park, California-based company has also created Calibra, a subsidiary which will offer digital wallets connected to messaging platforms, messengers, and WhatsApp to save, send, and spend Libras. Now the move is expected to be supported by government-backed assets. Facebook hopes to power transactions between established consumers and businesses around the world while offering some consumers access to financial services for the first time. Founder and CEO of Huawei, Ren Zhengfei, says the company has never stolen intellectual property rights. Mr. Zhengfei adds that Huawei will not use its property rights as a weapon against other countries. Huawei has become a giant in intellectual properties with over 80,000 patents. Some American media outlets have accused Huawei of stealing trade secrets and intellectual property from Western companies in its early days. But that's business at this time.